Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
And that the face of Christianity in the next century, the next 50 years, will be the face of Africa. And I shudder at that, and I ask myself, if Africa is going to be representing what Christianity is, then what about it? And what kind of Christianity will Africa offer the world?
And I'm now able to go live around the world wherever I am. I can use this phone and an application called Quick and record you and have your family see you in Ghana, your family see you in Ghana if you have internet connection.
Wow.
You're always on.
Wow.
So as we take a look at the church of the 21st century, it's an exciting time for all of you. It's an exciting time because now that message can get out to the world.
Here, my father is an alumnus of New York Theological. He was president of the Biblical Seminary Alumni Society in 1964 when he was serving in Brooklyn, New York. And my wife is an alumna. She's a chaplain at Lutheran Medical Center in Bay Ridge. The neighborhood of Park Slope where my church is, which is considered to be a very wealthy community, there is an underside which is not seen of poverty, homelessness, and people being removed from their apartments and so on. So this is both a global issue and a local issue.
At the North Campus. In the certificate program in graduate in 1996. Amen. And then when I was released from prison, I went to Abyssinian Baptist Church, and Dr. Butt said, "You're the only minister on our staff that does not have an MPhil. You need to go back to school." Wow. So I came back to NYTS in 2002. In the same semester that I came back to school, my wife passed away in the middle of the semester. And I left NYTS, but NYTS didn't leave me.
Amen.
This is a song that after my wife passed, I sat together with my children and we wrote in tribute to her and in thanks to God. Amen.
And so I think a lot of these kids think that they're in hell because they're not experiencing life. And if we don't breathe life into these youngsters and prophesy to those dry bones and let them know who their identity is, as what you mentioned earlier, their self-worth, then I think that they're going to walk around like they said, I remember this movie that Sean Penn did one time, Dead Men Walking. Mm-hmm. You can be alive and be dead. Yeah. And then I'm trying to teach these youngsters that they can be incarcerated but be free in their minds. That's right. And so how do we begin to just breathe and prophesy to them and let them know that the conversation is really not about heaven or hell, but about earth and life, because that's the gift that God has given us. Amen?
I came to my call, I believe, as a result of serving as a firefighter down at Ground Zero. Let me tell you, I found God at Ground Zero more tangibly than anywhere else, because it speaks to what my brother Darren said. It's about love. Because hell for me is the absence of God. Well, and if you can provide a kid with love, then God is there, because God is love.
The Lord lifted me up, so I'm reaching sky tops. And rain and favor only blessing staff like mega blocks. So they call me an oddity. I'm just a hot commodity, because I'm not the one to let my praise go and ride at me. Go on, take a shot at me, the priesthood that I gotta be. But check out who's watching me, I wouldn't even try. If you ask me why I believe, I can spit you an essay. I've been fighting for freedom like my last name was Bessie. The struggle's hard, got the towel ready to drop. But if I'm made in God's image, how I'm ever gonna flop? But I'm an army of one, backed up by the Trinity. Watermelon seed champ, no, there ain't no I spit in me. Can't say that I'm perfect, but the one I serve is. Ain't no big secret that I'm one of his kids. So that's why everybody's trying to be my next of kin. I got other rap is biting just like original sin.
As Christians are going to stand up and be counted in our neighborhoods and in our churches to be prophetic witnesses to you. And I pray for each one here that you would ignite their prophetic imagination. Fan the flames of their first love and give them a calling for this season in their ministry where they can move out and love those in the community and change the community so that we see folks moving from prison to freedom and from blindness to sight and from brokenness to healing. And we begin to see your justice and righteousness roll like a mighty river.